In the time of Mozart, everybody whistled his tunes on the street. And now, suddenly, I don't know why, nobody knows why, Mozart is only for the elite.
The absence of sound can sometimes detract from the beauty of a melody. The world-famous king of waltz, Marjorie Rieu, has found himself engulfed in an unexpected and intolerable stillness. The audience was unaware of the terrible reality lurking behind the dazzling violins and music hall lights. His lifelong companion and inspiration, Marjorie, is getting ready to bid farewell. They have spent decades crafting a life full of music, love, and legacy. But a devastating illness has thrust them into their most painful performance to date, letting go. Nevertheless, what precisely takes place while no one is looking? What gives their closest associates such a hard time talking? What kind of lasting impression will this last performance leave on one of the most adored duos in classical music? What do you think? Marjorie Rieu's music has brought happiness and beauty to millions of hearts throughout the world, earning him a reputation as the king of waltz. His capacity to connect with his audience is evident, and his shows are full of enthralling songs. His admirers had hoped that a terrible personal catastrophe would never strike, but it does, just as his music career is reaching new heights. Tragically, Marjorie Rieu's life took a turn as he appeared to be on an unstoppable ascent. Marjorie Rieu, his wife, was fighting a terrible disease that would claim her life shortly. Fans all across the globe were devastated to hear of her deterioration as they had hoped for a comeback. Andre and those who held him and his family in high esteem were very saddened by Marjorie's battle, which had been kept secret for a while. The globe started to comprehend the gravity of this tragic voyage, and their attachment to Andre became stronger as a result. A moment of reflection is in order before moving forward. What is your favorite recollection of Marjorie Rieu? Did you have an emotional response to any one concert? Perhaps a more profoundly moving musical composition? Tell me what you think and how his music has changed your life. I would love to hear your comments. Looking into the guy behind the music and the terrible struggles he's going through at the moment is the next logical step. Marjorie Rieu's unique combination of music, comedy, and spectacle is on full display as he continues to tour the world. He became famous all around the world for his performances, which fuse classical music with modern styles. However, the intimate struggles that Andre endures are hidden from the public eye. His true narrative, which is known only to his closest associates, is far more intricate and difficult than what the public sees. Andre has had serious personal problems, despite his stardom and the tremendous success he has on stage. His marriage, which many looked up to from a distance, has had its share of problems, although few people know this. As far as possible, he has avoided drawing attention to his private struggles, especially his wife's sickness. He has kept a low profile while bearing the brunt of his problems at home and at work. But fighting liver cancer has been one of Marjorie Rieu's biggest struggles. Many viewers witness the man's positive, self-assured performance, but they have no idea of the anguish and resilience he mustered to keep going. Andre's health problems have become a source of strength for him, and an example to many others who are fighting for the same things. Anyone struggling through tough times can take heart from his remarkable tenacity and the joy he brings to the world via his work. But this struggle is about more than just staying alive. It's also about how far love, faith, and music can take you. Andre proved that these characteristics may still be wellsprings of strength, even in the most trying of circumstances. His dogged persistence demonstrates that, despite seemingly insurmountable obstacles, the human spirit is capable of extraordinary resilience. It says a lot about his character that he can manage an impressive profession alongside his personal troubles. Even though he was sick and hurting, he kept on inspiring others and showing us that there is hope, even when things seem hopeless. His followers all across the globe still feel the power of his presence and charisma, whether he's performing or not. No matter what happens in life, Marjorie Rieu will always be recognized for his music and his unwavering commitment to living an honest and hopeful life. His narrative exemplifies the strength and will to overcome adversity, no matter how big or little. The man known as the King of BS, Marjorie Rieu, has spent almost 40 years perfecting his art. Throughout so many years, he has not only designed physically stunning, but also emotionally riveting concerts. What has really distinguished him in the realm of classical music is his capacity to continually captivate and affect his listeners. His worldwide fame is confirmed by the 40 million CDs and DVDs that have been sold. His impact is global, with listeners in North America, Europe, and Australia, among other countries. Marjorie Rieu has cemented his place in music history by topping worldwide music charts for an unprecedented 30 straight weeks. The fact that waltz music is still very much alive and well in this day and age is a testament to his genius and the esteem with which he is held by everybody. The establishment of Marjorie Rieu's Johann Strauss Orchestra was a pivotal moment in his career. An integral part of his capacity to give outstanding performances is this group, which is the biggest private orchestra in the world. The 60-piece orchestra Rieu conducts enables him to craft one-of-a-kind fusions of classical music and grandiose, audience-pleasing cultural performances. It's about creating experiences that go beyond just musical performances. It's not simply about playing concerts. In his performances, the audience is engrossed in the experience because of the careful planning that goes into every detail, from the costumes to the lighting to the music. Instead of just playing music, Rieu crafts an immersive experience for the audience. At each show, you get the opportunity to relive the heyday of waltz music. His concerts are unlike any other because of the seamless integration of visual and audio aspects. Concertgoers at Marjorie Rieu performances are immersed in a cultural experience that may move them to tears and bring them together. Countless musicians and music enthusiasts find inspiration in Marjorie Rieu, who is more than simply a stage star. He is also a superb producer and conductor. Beyond the music he composes, his impact is far-reaching. By fusing pop culture with the long history of classical music, he has revolutionized the modern musician's role. His shows are more than just concerts. They are spectacular, well-planned extravaganzas that leave an impression on everyone who attend. From his groundbreaking work as a conductor to his groundbreaking approach to music making, Rieu has left an indelible mark on generations of artists. In an era when many may have written off the waltz as a thing of the past, Rieu's commitment to spreading musical happiness to a large audience is what gives his legacy its distinctive flavor. The breadth of his impact, both musically and in his ability to connect with listeners, has served to unite people of all ages and backgrounds. In his concerts, he celebrates life as it is, sharing his profound belief that music has the power to bring people together, inspire them, and even cure them. Marjorie Rieu's approach revolves around a profound yet simple vision: to compose music that does more than amuse. It elevates and unites people. The focus of his performances is on creating an emotional connection with his viewers. Every performance, whether it's the scale of his shows or the closeness he has with his orchestra, is a reminder of how music can unite people. Even though younger listeners may not have been familiar with or interested in waltz music, Marjorie Rieu managed to breathe new life into the melodies of renowned composers like Johann Strauss and Franz Lehár. Beautiful classical works were brought to a wider, younger audience by Rieu's performances, which brought a new vitality to the pieces and made them lively and approachable. He changed people's perceptions of classical music, making it seem like it was for everyone, everywhere, rather than just a select few. Amazing locations ranging from grand halls to outdoor arenas host Rieu's concerts all around the globe. His ability to perform in intimate settings that enrich the experience for everybody involved has been on display in illustrious venues such as Vienna's Schönbrunn Palace and Maastricht's Vrijthof Square. His performances are more like parties than concerts. People travel from all over the world, often quite a distance, to witness his one-of-a-kind performances. Europe is only one of many destinations. Marjorie Rieu's ability to popularize classical music is a major factor in his meteoric rise to fame. This demonstrates not just his widespread acclaim, but also his skill in making classical music seem fresh, contemporary, and approachable. For many, Rieu's concerts represent the pinnacle of classical music's experimental potential. His concerts have brought him to some of the world's most recognizable locations, and his legion of devoted followers never fails to show their appreciation at every stop. The key is to engage the audience and let them feel like they're part of something bigger. Rieu has broken down barriers and proven that classical music isn't something that belongs in the past by mixing his concerts with comedy, charisma, and musical talent. Through his efforts, it has become approachable, entertaining, and meaningful to a younger audience. Along with his musical prowess, Rieu has entrusted the Johann Strauss Orchestra with the vital task of protecting and advancing the aesthetic and cultural principles associated with waltz music. They are more than just performers. They are stewards of the waltz heritage, making sure it lives on for generations to come. The impact of André Rieu's unfaltering dedication to this cause goes much beyond the scope of the concert. There can be no question that André Rieu has made an everlasting impression on the music industry. He has cemented his position in musical history and in the hearts of his devoted followers alike because to his remarkable talent for connecting with audiences. Rieu's career is booming, and his impact will surely increase as he draws in more listeners and introduces them to the waltz's classic elegance. His impressive filmography has earned recognition alongside his extraordinary musical career. André Rieu has had a successful cinematic career alongside his stellar career as a violinist and conductor. Notable film credits include Thunder Maverick, Transamerica, The Green Mile, and others, demonstrating his career's breadth outside the concert hall. Playing the iconic part of Kicking Bird in an Oscar-winning picture is one of his most famous performances. The cinema business was profoundly affected by more than just Rieu. One of his film efforts included Rodney Grant, who became famous in Hollywood for his portrayal as Geronimo. The terrible conclusion of Grant's life was brought about by his battle with inner demons. He had previously appeared in W. Regardless, his performances, particularly the one in which he played Black Shaw, will live on in memory. His acting chops are legendary, but what really made his career stand out was the extraordinary nuance he consistently brought to his roles. To fully appreciate the work of indigenous artists, we must address the issue of their portrayal in cinema. The publication of Dances with Wolves was a watershed point in the history of indigenous cinema. An improved, more nuanced depiction of Native Americans was greatly assisted by this film. It was a watershed moment for indigenous people's portrayal in Hollywood, according to many. The film has had a significant effect on indigenous youth who will be performing and creating in the future. The likes of Sam McLaren, Kimberly Guerrero, and G. Birmingham has been vocal about how the film pushed them to become activists and actors, with the goal of increasing indigenous people's visibility and representation in the media. Indigenous filmmakers also benefited from the societal trend toward more realistic portrayals. The gifted indigenous filmmaker Sterling Harjo's latest TV series Reservation Dogs is a prime illustration of this. Its depiction of indigenous life, which strikes a balance between comedy and empathy, has earned the program enormous praise. Many have praised Reservation Dogs for the way it shows the intricacies of indigenous identity while still touching on broad cultural concerns. In addition to entertaining and educating viewers, the show portrays the reality of existence for young indigenous people. Dances with Wolves and other groundbreaking films on indigenous peoples have received both praise and criticism. Critics have lauded the film for its sympathetic depiction of Native Americans, particularly the white soldier who forms relationships with the Sioux tribe. Some have pointed out cultural and historical inconsistencies, such as how the protagonist is portrayed as more of a savior to the tribe than truly exists. Many feel that the film glosses over the actual struggles endured by Native American communities in favor of the white protagonist's redemption story, despite the fact that it is evident that the filmmakers intend to emphasize the empathy between the soldier and the tribe. This begs the question of whether or not the dominant culture typically exerts its influence on indigenous narratives. There are several facets to the problematic topic of Native American representation in film. On the one hand, many indigenous people have been encouraged to pursue acting careers after seeing films such as Dances with Wolves, which have prompted discussions about representation. Yet others have felt that the film glosses over the actual hardships endured by indigenous people due to its romanticized portrayal of history and its focus on a white protector narrative. Despite the revolutionary nature of the film, which depicts a white soldier befriending a Sioux tribe, detractors contend that it fails to address the injustice and brutality that the settlers imposed upon the Native Americans. This leads us to the larger discussion on the representation of underrepresented communities in Hollywood films. The tide is turning away from simplistic depictions of Native American culture and toward more nuanced, real depictions as more indigenous filmmakers step up and tell their tales. This is of the utmost importance for the purpose of storytelling and for fostering cultural understanding. However, it is still a problem to tell indigenous experiences in a way that is authentic to them and not filtered through the perspectives of outsiders. When it comes to music, Marjorie Rieu's influence goes well beyond classical music. People may now enjoy the majesty of orchestras in a new and fascinating way, all thanks to his performances. Rieu has paved the way for younger audiences to listen to classical music by incorporating pop elements into his repertoire. Traditional orchestral performances are typically more solemn and stiff, in stark contrast to his energetic and dynamic concerts. Even if contemporary genres are more popular now, Rieu's energetic approach to music has helped bring classical music back into the spotlight. In the same way that minority voices are increasingly finding a platform in the media and cinema, Rieu is taking a similar approach to classical music. In the same way that indigenous filmmakers like Harjo are reinventing the performance and experience of classical music to provide more complex and genuine portrayals of their cultures, Rieu is doing the same for classical music. More and more, artists in the film and music industries are working to remove barriers so that people from all walks of life may experience art on a deeper level. This change is about more than simply making art more accessible. It's also about reclaiming previously marginalized voices and experiences and making sure that everyone has a voice. The skill to combine classical themes with contemporary aspects is a Rieu trademark. In his performances, you may hear classics like The Blue Danube and Second Waltz, but he also doesn't mind including more modern tunes or even movie scores to spice things up. By doing so, he dispels the stuffy stereotype that many people have about classical music, allowing him to connect with a larger audience. Everyone from long-time lovers of classical music to those who have never heard a note is captivated by the electric mood that permeates his performances. Every concert becomes a community gathering for Rieu, thanks to his humorous anecdotes, heartfelt storytelling, and audience engagement. His concerts aim to inspire as much as they entertain, with the goal of getting the audience active as opposed to just watching. Doing so allows him to tap into the power of music as a means of connecting with others on a deeper level. The warmth and charm that Rieu exudes on stage, together with the nostalgia, pleasure, and romance that his waltzes generate, create an environment where the audience feels an intense connection to both the music and him. The notes are important, but the people are what really matter to Rieu. Nothing, no matter how amazing the show gets, will be able to keep the audience's attention like his well-staged performances. The skill of interaction has been mastered by Rieu. He engages the audience with stories, humor, and sometimes requests their participation in singing. Adding a personal touch like this keeps the excitement level up and the audience engaged. The artist and the audience enter into a mutually beneficial connection, elevating the experience beyond that of a simple performance to that of a personal, shared voyage. Rieu has been so successful because of his innate abilities, his charismatic leadership, and his astute financial sense. He creates an atmosphere of unity among the Johann Strauss Orchestra members, which shines through in their performances. Each performance is fueled by the electric chemistry and mutual love of music among the orchestra members. The outstanding performance of the orchestra is due in large part to Rieu's leadership style, which is based on mutual regard, cooperation, and admiration. The commercial acumen that Rieu possesses is just as important to his success as his leadership in the music industry. He built a worldwide brand that reaches millions thanks to his career management and expansion strategies. From meticulously organizing concert tours to his smart approach to merchandising and publicity, Rieu has demonstrated that he is more than simply an artist. He is also a skilled businessman. Being one of the most prosperous musicians of his time is a testament to his innovative attitude and creative vision. Rieu has proven that classical music is still relevant by establishing such an intimate and engaging relationship with his listeners. On the contrary, it's an ever-evolving art form that manages to attract new viewers every time. Rieu has demonstrated that classical music can be vibrant, contemporary, and approachable for everyone with his inventive approach, which has rekindled interest in the genre. People anticipate Rieu's concerts with great anticipation for years, which only adds to his incredible success. The world of classical music has been greatly affected by Rieu, who has increased public interest and accessibility through his routinely sold-out tours. A lot of people go to Rieu's concerts as their first exposure to live classical music. They are frequently deeply moved by his mesmerizing performances. Classical music has been revitalized by Rieu, who has made sure it is still loved and appreciated today. Many up-and-coming musicians and composers have been encouraged by his work to experiment with classical music in new ways, demonstrating that it can be both classical and contemporary. The idea that classical music is stuffy and unapproachable is disproved by Rieu's music and performing style. His positive, energetic approach serves as a reminder that music is for everyone, regardless of skill level, to enjoy, share, and celebrate. Because of this, classical music has been able to reach more people and remain relevant even in the current era. Because of his enormous impact, the genre is now more accessible to folks who would have previously thought it was too stuffy or scary. However, Rieu's influence extends well beyond his artistic accomplishments. It's no secret that he pours a lot of energy and money on charities that serve the poor. It says a lot about his personality and his music because he wants to use it to make people happy and teach them important lessons. No matter how bad things have become for Rieu, he has always stuck to his quest to help other people. Every note he plays reflects his view that music is a fundamental aspect of life, and his music is a source of hope. The composition of uplifting songs is secondary to Rieu's desire to convey messages of love, optimism, and positivism. His commitment and faith in music's ability to enrich lives are on full display in every performance. There is a wealth of complicated emotions and contemplations on the meaning of life underneath the apparently perfect surface of his artwork. In his pursuit of happiness and fulfillment, Rieu uses his music to encourage and uplift people. He is more than simply a musician. He is a seeker. No matter how low he has fallen, Rieu has never given up on his goal. His music has a calming and uplifting effect, and he keeps making it in the hopes that it may help others who are suffering. Being a positive influence on other people's lives and adding significance to their moments is his life's work. The life-altering potential of love and music is something that Rieu never wavers from, no matter how bad things become. This conviction drives him on. He knows that his music has the power to motivate and encourage people all across the globe. A beacon of hope awaits us at every turn, even in the depths of despair. This hope has the power to bring us strength in times of need, as well as to help us evolve and grow. Despite the unexpected challenges we face, life also presents us with chances to grow, find happiness, and persevere. Love is the unifying force in the midst of all the upheaval and transition. Having something to cling to when the path ahead appears hazy is what our passions, desires, and objectives provide. André Rieu has touched the hearts and given direction to countless people all around the world with his music. His one-of-a-kind and everlasting legacy is the result of his unwavering commitment to his art. Forever etched in the hearts of those whose lives he has touched via his music will be the memories he has created. His pleasure for the world can give us strength to carry on in the face of our own tragedies and hardships. Life is full of ups and downs for André Rieu, just like it is for everyone else. However, it is precisely because of these difficulties that life is lovely and significant. It is through adversity that we grow wiser, more self-aware, and appreciative of the good things in our lives. They make us stronger and more empathetic people by making us notice and value the little things in life. Love and shared experiences are the only things that can keep us going when life doesn't follow our plans. No amount of time apart has been able to break the unbreakable relationship that André Rieu and his wife have enjoyed. Their love for one another is unending and will always be a rock. As they navigate the ups and downs of life, the love they've shared will be a rock upon which to stand, a constant reminder that they are loved. The classical music world has been completely transformed by André Rieu. It is now more vibrant, accessible, and innovative than it was before. He has succeeded in attracting listeners who might otherwise avoid classical music by reimagining well-known waltzes, opera arias, cinema soundtracks, and popular songs. He connects with the audience on a profound level and puts on energetic celebrations with lavish costumes and exciting stage displays. In every performance, Rieu's passion for waltz music, particularly that of Johann Strauss II, strikes through. The Johann Strauss Orchestra, under his direction, has brought back to life the captivating and exciting beauty of Viennese waltzes from the 19th century. His beautiful interpretations of classics like The Blue Danube and Ode to Joy by Beethoven demonstrate his talent for fusing classical and modern elements to evoke strong feelings in listeners. Making classical music more approachable, enjoyable, and enduring is Rieu's lasting legacy. He has made what was once considered an exclusive genre accessible to everyone. Redefining our interaction with symphonic music, he has inspired numerous artists to follow in his footsteps via dramatic aspects, comedy, and intimate involvement with the audience. Rieu's concerts are enormous parties rather than merely musical performances. Shows by Rieu draw audiences from all over the globe, from Maastricht's Central Square to Vienna's Schönbrunn Palace. His ability to bring people of all backgrounds together via music speaks volumes about his impact. Along with other top-charting pop and rock acts, his concerts consistently rank among the highest-grossing performances. One cannot exaggerate the impact of Rieu's music on the listener's emotions, evoking delight, nostalgia, and profound emotion. His violin solos, orchestral arrangements, and intimate duets are truly remarkable. People have found solace and encouragement in his music at some of life's most significant events, such as weddings and funerals. By paving the way for younger classical players, Rieu proved that the genre can progress without straying too far from its foundations. His impact goes well beyond what he does on stage. Young violinists, conductors, and orchestras look forward to him as an example of how to keep classical music fresh while honoring its heritage. His performances have brought a new level of visual splendor, entertainment value, and emotional depth to live classical concerts. The world now knows that classical music is more than a relic of the past thanks to André Rieu. His impact on the world of classical music has been profound, and he has inspired other performers to do the same. His legacy is one of metamorphosis. His music and the other artists he has influenced will ensure his influence lasts for years to come. We are interested in hearing your thoughts and feelings about André Rieu's music as we consider his incredible life story. Feel free to leave a remark with your ideas. Let us continue to rejoice in Rieu's wonderful legacy and in the love he has for his wife Marjorie. Thank you for being here with us. We will see you again soon.